Welcome to Week 6 of the Point After Show. Our feature game, the Fisher Gators versus St. Martin's Saints. My guest today, the head football coach of Fisher High School, Frank Rawl, and the defensive coordinator, Greg Rawl. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Certainly a hard-fought football game last week. I know that it was, the opening of district play in 11 AA. We had talked, Coach, prior to the game, and looking forward to this particular, football game being homecoming and getting off to a good start in district. But sometimes the best laid plans don't always work out the way we want them to.
Right.
Ran into a tough test with St. Martin's.
Right, Coach. St. Martin's is a good ball club. We started out the season 4-0, went down to Pearl River and made quite a few mistakes, turned the ball over 5 times, and ended up losing that ball game. Then going into the St. Martin's game, our first district game, we knew we had to play well, and we had to avoid making mistakes. We threw a costly interception. We had one touchdown call back. We also had several major penalties late in the game that we thought really cost us. And,
yes,
of course, you have to play error-free football, especially when you get into the district schedule, in order to be successful. And we just have to improve upon those things.
Well, this seemed like a game that was, had a lot of emotional peaks and valleys, where, one team was on an extreme high and then it reversed the other way. But a game that was really hard fought in the trenches, excellent play offensively and defensively on both sides of the ball. Coach, I know that defensively you faced some things with St. Martin's that were a little different than you'd had in the first 5 football games.
Yeah, well, actually, they were very similar to Pearl River, the team that we had lost to the previous week. They had a good inside running game, a good outside game, and really the surprise to me was their ability to throw the ball on us.
Right.
And, they executed well, mixed it up pretty well against us.
Well, I know we'll see in the film where, basically all night you shut down their inside running game.
Right. Well, we worked hard to stop that, and like I said, they surprised us with a little more passing than we had anticipated.
Coach, offensively, you had some things that turned out very well for you, and then you had some breakdowns that were costly, particularly in the first half.
Right. We returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown, and to me, anytime you make a big play like that early in the game, sometimes it takes you out of sync on offense. And I felt that after that, we got the ball back again, and we made another long run, and we're in position possibly to score again. We turned the ball over. And after that, it seemed like we struggled the rest of the entire first half. It looked like a case where St. Martin's really controlled the line of scrimmage in the first half. And that was one of the things we addressed at halftime. We challenged our players to go out and control both sides of the line of scrimmage the second half, and we felt that they did that.
And as we'll see in the film here shortly, that, with that fumble and where you lost the opportunity to go up 14-0, and you always have these ifs about a ball game, that possibly could have shut the door in St. Martin's face.
Right, quite possibly. Anytime you can jump on, put someone by more than 2 touchdowns, especially when they're a ground-oriented team like we are,
yes,
it's very difficult to come back from a deficit.
Let's talk a little bit about the end of the ball game. I know that we came down to a play where you had approximately 1 minute left and no timeouts, trying for a field goal to tie the game. And I know that fans and coaches can always second-guess themselves, and certainly if a play turns out well, you can say, oh, yeah, it was the right decision. And if it doesn't turn out well, that was the wrong decision.
Right.
But in all my years of coaching, I feel like that you'd made the right decision, even though it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to.
Right. We're facing 4th and 1.5 on a 7-yard line. We got, like you said, about a minute left. We're out of timeouts. We have an outstanding place kicker. He's been drilling the ball all season long for us. And the field goal that he attempted was actually 24 yards, which is approximately the equivalent of an extra point.
Right.
And like I said, he's been drilling extra points all year, so we figured it was excuse me, pretty much
automatic. In hindsight, you can look back and say, well, maybe you should have gone for it on 4th down. Then you're facing the possibility of stopping the clock momentarily to reset the chains. Then you have to get another play in. Then you quite possibly have to kill the clock again, right, if you don't score. And if you run into a log jam there where you can't stop the clock, then you never get the opportunity to possibly kick it and tie it and go send it into overtime.
And like we've said before, a 4th and 1 or a 4th and 1.5 is not an automatic.
Right.
And you miss the first down, you don't have another opportunity.
Right. We had converted, I'd say, if we must have had 4 or 5 4-down situations during the course of the game, which is quite a lot. And I know 2 particular times we did not convert.
Right.
You know, so again, who knows if we would have or not. You know.
Let's go to the first half highlights of the St. Martin's Fisher football game. Fisher won the toss and elected to receive. And Coach, here's that big play right off the bat.
This is a sophomore, Terry Bass, number 22. He's got great blocking up front. As you can see, everybody's getting a block on someone. And he makes the right reads and returns it 70 yards for a touchdown. Terry's play from last year to this year has been 100% improvement. He starts at tight end for us and 100% player each and every down.
Certainly a great way to start a football game.
Right.
We'll have the try for point.
This is Jared LeMaison. He's a junior place kicker. Number 7, Neil Wiseman. Number 8 is our quarterback. He also holds on the field goals and extra points.
The kick is good, and here's a replay, Coach, of that kickoff return.
Our front line here does a good job of setting that first wall. And as you can see, everybody on that back wall picks up someone. It's amazing how when you make a play like this, the first thing you have a tendency to do is to scope the field and look for flags.
For a flag.
A yellow flag somewhere.
And of course, as we'll see later in this football game, you have another kickoff return that ends up with a flag on the field.
Right.
So we're right into this football game, only 11:46, still 11:46 left on the clock, and Fisher already with a 7-0 lead over St. Martin's. Good coverage on that kickoff. St. Martin starting on their 27-yard line.
And they would get a good defensive stop on that belly play. Number 83, Brock Ledet leading the charge. This pass here to the halfback in a flat, one of the things I was a little disappointed on as far as coverage is concerned was picking up that halfback in a flat.
And we talked about that. That's something that they tried to do all night.
Right. It's a good play against the 50 defense out of the wing.
St. Martin's now on the 37-yard line, going for a first down on 3rd and short, and Coach, they didn't make this.
No, we got a good surge about a nose guard, Keith Aquino, along with the 2 linebackers inside to stop him, forcing him to punt the ball right here.
They actually lost yardage on that 3rd and short situation. So excellent surge.
Absolutely.
We start our first offensive possession here from about the 25. We're going to dive off play to number 45, Scott Rawls. He's a freshman fullback. Good short yardage on the play.
Fisher now having a 2nd and 8.
We run our gag and steal it inside. And senior tailback Brad Capel, number 6, makes a big play here. Looks like he's about to break it. He's got 1 man to beat. But this is where he loses the handle on it and we turn it over.
Big turnover here. St. Martin's now taking over their 30-yard line. And of course, I guess here's the first swing of emotion in this football game.
Right. The momentum has changed, as you can see, on first down.
Here we had a stun on and they ran a quick trap and were able to get it up inside the linebacker who was running up the field.
St. Martin's now with a first down on the Fisher 40-yard line. Coach, that's probably the only big gainer they made on you all night running the football.
Yeah, with the run, I would. This time they come back with a little sweep where they turn it up inside. We over pursuing.
St. Martin's now with a 2nd and about 3 to go for the first down.
make a nice recovery on this sweep. Number 8, Wiseman. 80 is Anderson, and 24, LeBlanc. It looked like it was going to be a pretty good play. We could end up stopping it for no gain.
Ball now on the 30-yard line.
Nice tackle by number 11, Jonathan Mall. Jonathan played a good ball game in this against St. Martin's.
St. Martin's moving to the 21-yard line of Fisher.
A good stop up the gut with the fullback trap. And then a good play inside. 76, Kevin Orlando. 52, Keith Akinyi, who really had a good night also in that middle.
St. Martin's now with a 3rd down and long at the 20-yard line.
Here we jump off sides. Give them 5 yards.
Giving them a 1st and 5.
Right.
And of course, I guess the two things that coaches want to stay away from, and we say it every week, turnovers and penalties.
Exactly. Don't beat yourself. Nice stop right here. 76, Orlando. Mall, 11. Here comes a flag right here after we make a good stop again.
Face mask call.
Face mask.
Of course, there's a second penalty right
This
there.
drive, right? And they pop the seam and get the touchdown on this play.
St. Martin's trying for the extra point to tie the game after a 70-yard drive. The kick is good. The score is now St. Martin's 7, Fisher 7, with 3:17 left in the first quarter.
A little confusion on the kickoff return here. We're not calling for the ball back here, and we have some confusion between Capel and Bass, and we start off with terrible field position.
Fisher with the 1st down on their 13-yard line, and certainly, you know, it's hard to start drives when you're going 80 yards or 90 yards.
Right. There's an off-tackle play. Next play for short yardage. At this point here, you need some type of play with that can swing the momentum. Tight end open over the middle, but we don't hit him. And we put in 3rd and long, deep in your territory, which is a dangerous situation.
Certainly.
Run a lead option here. Why quarterback does a good job, blocks pretty good downfield, and
Some hard running there, Coach.
Scott runs pretty hard right here and gets the 1st down. I think we picked up 27 yards on a play, which gives us decent field position and lets us at least try to swing the momentum back in our favor.
Certainly. Fisher now having a 1st down at their 40-yard line, and certainly that's something that can get a drive started.
There's a gag play here. A small amount of yardage on the play, a couple of yards. We're running an unbalanced formation here and try to crack it down inside. As you can see, they're flying outside to the football, and we just don't get our guards outside to block anybody on that particular play. puts us in a punting situation here.
Fisher failing to make the first down on 3rd and long, and Coach had to call a timeout here before the kick.
Right, we had a mental breakdown here. We only had 10 people on the field.
They had good pressure on that point. Neil did a good job of getting it off.
Fisher downing the ball on the St. Martin's 30. We have 37 seconds left in the first quarter. And again, a good defensive surge inside.
Yeah, 24 Gary LeBlanc, a fullback trap, read it really quickly that time. Really threw a little hitch pass to the split end and get about 25 to 30 yards out of it. Some poor tackling.
St. Martin's now with a first down at the Fisher 37-yard line. This will be the first play beginning the second quarter. The score, St. Martin 7, Fisher 7. Did a great job there of knocking down the lead block.
Right.
And then, of course, the young man coming up to make the play.
Right, he fires through and really makes the play belly back and gives that safety time to get up and tackle him behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah, we have a good play by number 80, Carlos Anderson, senior cornerback.
St. Martin's now facing a 3rd and 10.
And he goes to draw. Keep the king in the nose guard, smells it out, and makes a nice stop. So right here we're starting to get our momentum back defensively. A nice stop on that series.
St. Martin's punting from the 40-yard line. Of course, a big break here on the bad punt.
Right. Got a really good roll for the Fisher Gators on that point.
Fisher taking over on their 32. That was really a net 8-yard punt for St. Martin's. Second and 8 for Fisher.
It's another costly mistake for us there. Forcing the ball in. And kid from St. Martin's makes a nice read on the play and picks it off and puts them in outstanding field position about the 7-yard line.
St. Martin's with the 1st and 10 after the turnover. A 1st and goal.
And we make a good stop on 1st down. 24 LeBlanc, 83 Brock the Good. Step up to stop that belly play. Right here we're talking about the halfback pass in the flat, or the split end possibly. Also, we were a little concerned. I recall last year how they were bootlegging in this situation. And he just drops back and does a little quick post in the corner and throws the ball right on target.
And here again, we had another big momentum swing after the turnover by Fisher.
Right.
Giving St. Martin's that opportunity. St. Martin's with a try for extra point to go by 7. Kick is good. So midway through the second quarter, we have St. Martin's 14, Fisher 7. We have 9:28 left to play in the half.
Outstanding job of running it better. And here's the coach who was told to go. We got the flag. But it's all of this was pretty controversial call here because it was searched for
blocked one guy. And White's momentum pushed him into another. And the guy fell over him. The same one's player fell over him. Yes, of course, it's illegal to block another one. It's what they call here. And so the call was not accurate. Fisher taking over 37-yard line, 43-yard line after the kick return was called. Play for 90 yards. Fisher now in second and wall at the 38-yard line. Coach, you know, we just trying to get everybody back in sync, right? Starts a lot better and also works with the winning back toss. Good job of turning them over. Situation right now. This is the first time we're getting involved. St. Martin's takes over 50 with the first time. That's 21 number 80. Carlos said it was St. Martin's going for a field goal. Fisher those 3 points that really put us left, and Fisher taking over for the block team. Putting on foot down. Ball going out. Satisfaction.